This is a WXII 12 first warning weather alert.
Good evening. We've got the latest on Tropical Storm Idalia. Now a tropical storm with 65-mile-per-hour winds moving northeast at 21 miles an hour. Position right now of the center is actually about 60 miles west of Charleston. You can see that most of the rain is well north of the storm, and this storm is going to continue to kind of track to the northeast and impact the coastline as we go through the next several hours. So we're anticipating that storm system to impact not only Charleston but also Myrtle Beach and some of those coastal communities that are inland from there, and then sort of move to the east in and around Wilmington. And that forecast timing is overnight into early tomorrow morning. By tomorrow afternoon, it is just to the south and east of Bogue Inlet. Now, let's check on some of the wind gusts that we've seen over the last few hours. Wind gusts are coming up in Charleston right now, close to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts just within the last hour. As we work our way a little farther north along the coastline, you're starting to see some of those wind gusts coming up around Wrightsville Beach in the Wilmington area with a 30-mile-per-hour gust as of late. We've also had some severe weather. In fact, we had some tornadoes that were in and around the Wilmington area, at least a tornado warning. No reports of confirmation of a touchdown there, but that tornado watch is up until 10 o'clock and has now been extended northward into the overnight hours for the Outer Banks as well as the Crystal Coast. We also have flood concerns, a flood watch that is out east of Raleigh and Charlotte all the way to the coastline. That's where we anticipate getting some of the highest rainfall totals, maybe in excess of 4, 5, 6 inches. We're also going to have those tropical storm force wind gusts at 60 miles an hour along the coast. Now here at home, minimal impacts. If you're in the mountains and foothills, you may not see a drop of rain. It'll start to clear out by tomorrow morning. In the Triad, if you're far south and east in our communities in Randolph and Guilford, Alamance counties, you could get more significant rainfall, maybe closer to an inch in a few spots, but for most folks it's less than a quarter of an inch of rain. Also talking about gusty winds. Wind gusts could get to about 40 miles an hour at the highest, I think. That could cause some isolated trees down here and there. And if we do get some heavier downpours in some of our southernmost Triad communities, we could have some isolated flooding. But you notice this position of this front here that is just now pushing across the central part of North Carolina is keeping most of that rain well to the south. As the storm system gets a little bit closer to us, some of that rain will punch a little farther north into the Piedmont Triad, but most of it right now has been over Alamance, Randolph, and Davidson counties. No sign of any flooding at this point. Most of it has been light with some heavier bands here and there, but we do think that the rain will kind of shift overnight to the east. So around 11 o'clock, we're still having rain over Guilford County, parts of Davidson, Forsyth, as well as Randolph. And then by the early morning hours, that storm system pulling away. So we'll have a transition where we sort of bring all the clouds out. We clear out and we have some sunshine heading into the day on Thursday. We're definitely going to have some breezes that come up, wind gusts around 25 miles an hour after midnight and even into the pre-dawn hours. This is about 3, 4 a.m. About 6 a.m. you still have some gusts that are 25 to 30 miles an hour. Even through lunchtime tomorrow, we're going to see some gusts at 25. They will come down heading into tomorrow evening. Our skies will be bright with sunshine. Breezes will be out of the north at about 15 to 30 miles an hour, and some less humid air is going to be coming in. So we really just have to deal with this over the next 12 hours or so, and we should see some much improved conditions heading into the holiday weekend. Of course, we'll have the forecast for the weekend coming up at 10 and 11. We'll have live reports from the coastline too, so join us on the Triad CW as well as WXII 12.